She had spent 3 years waiting for her husband to fight for their marriage. But when she finally said, "I want a divorce," he simply looked at her and said, "Okay," and that one word destroyed everything she thought she knew about him. Maya and Daniel had been married for 6 years. From the outside, they looked like an ordinary couple, but inside their home, something had slowly changed. Daniel worked long hours. He rarely complained. He rarely asked for anything. And lately, Maya felt like she was living with a stranger. One evening, after another silent dinner, Maya finally placed an envelope on the table. Daniel looked at it. "What's this?" Maya took a deep breath. "Divorce papers." Daniel froze. For a few seconds, neither of them spoke. Maya expected anger. She expected him to beg, maybe even accuse her of giving up too easily. Instead, Daniel quietly nodded. "Okay." Maya stared at him. "That's it?" Daniel looked down. "What do you want me to say?" "I don't know. Something." He stood up. "I'm sorry, Maya." Then he walked into their bedroom. Maya was furious. She thought his reaction proved that he never loved her. The next morning, Maya woke up and noticed something strange. Daniel's closet was almost empty. His suitcase was gone. On the kitchen counter was a small envelope. Her name was written on it. Inside was a note. "I didn't agree because I stopped loving you." Maya's hands began to shake. She kept reading. "I agreed because I realized you had been unhappy for a long time." Maya sat down. For the first time, she wondered, how long had Daniel known? That afternoon, Maya went through some old boxes while cleaning. She found receipts, hospital bills, pharmacy receipts, and then she discovered something that made her heart stop. There were medical reports, all belonging to Daniel. Maya read the dates. They went back nearly 2 years. She remembered those years. Daniel had started working more. He had stopped joining her for dinner. He often looked exhausted, but she had assumed he was simply tired of their marriage. She continued reading. Then she saw the doctor's name, and beneath it, "Treatment required immediately." Maya couldn't breathe. Daniel had been sick, and he had never told her. Maya called Daniel. He didn't answer. She called again. Nothing. Finally, she found him at the small apartment where he had moved. When Daniel opened the door, Maya held the medical reports in her hand. "Why didn't you tell me?" Daniel looked away. "Because you already had enough to worry about. You thought I didn't love you enough to know?" Daniel stayed silent. Then he finally said, "I didn't want you to stay with me because you felt sorry for me." Maya's eyes filled with tears. Daniel continued, "You kept telling me that you wanted a different life. I thought, maybe the kindest thing I could do was let you have it." Maya shook her head. "I didn't want a different husband." Daniel looked at her. "I wanted you." Maya finally understood. All those nights Daniel came home late. He wasn't avoiding her. He was coming back from treatment. All those times he looked exhausted. He wasn't tired of her. He was fighting something he was too afraid to share. And every time Maya accused him of not caring, Daniel had simply stayed quiet. Not because he didn't love her, but because he thought loving her meant letting her go. Maya began crying. "I thought you stopped fighting for us." Daniel whispered, "I was fighting every day." "For what?" "To make sure you never had to spend your life taking care of me." Maya looked at the divorce papers. Then she tore them in half. Daniel stared at her. "You don't have to do this." "I know." She tore them again. "I'm doing it because I finally understand something." "What?" Maya stepped closer. "Marriage isn't about finding someone who never has problems." She took his hand. "It's about finding someone whose problems you're willing to face together." Daniel began to cry. And for the first time in 2 years, he finally stopped hiding his pain, because he no longer had to fight alone. Sometimes, the person who seems to have stopped fighting for your marriage may actually be fighting the hardest battle of their life.